The day you wake up, you can't love as before. Waking up and being aware comes with a price, and almost no one wants to talk about this price. You can't blame anyone anymore, which bothers many people most. You can't blame your ex, your parents, life, inherited patterns, or your partner. When you wake up, you understand something uncomfortable. You always choose from your level of consciousness. Walking with a conscious man means walking beside him, not behind or ahead of him. Without masks, this thing about masks is also very hard for us, walking with truth. A conscious man doesn't need you to diminish yourself to shine. He doesn't interrupt, possess, fear your emotions, or try to control you. He wants to share his path with you. This is also very scary, and be careful. Walking with someone like that is not always easy. Why? Because conscious men notice you, and when someone truly does, you can no longer hide or lie to yourself or do anything that goes against your being. That's why many run away from conscious love, because it demands responsibility, it demands coherence, it demands that you be yourself without excuses. Do you want to attract a conscious partner? By the way, I have to tell you that the only way to live in love is to live conscious love. Everything else doesn't go far. So if you want to have a conscious relationship, stop looking for it. Become the person you want to attract. Vibrate with that, embody it, live it, because conscious love is not chased. It is found when you are ready to sustain it. Remember, it's not about finding someone perfect, but someone you can grow with without betraying yourself. If this resonated, comment below. Conscious love, and remember, conscious love has two characteristics: to move forward, to evolve, to heal, and to build. Two things are working against conscious love right now: soft spirituality and inequality, and setting aside biology. Biology and spirituality are linked. Why? Because to reach God, you have to learn to be human. So let's embody this love, be conscious, and enjoy wonderful things together. People fall in love with you for these three reasons. Do you want to know why someone falls in love with you? But really, it's not because of your looks or what you say, it's because of how you make other people feel. According to evolutionary psychology, falling in love follows very clear and simple patterns. A study from the Journal of Social Psychology showed that attraction arises when a person activates certain emotional triggers in another person, and these triggers are also very biological, many times. Here are the top 3 reasons women fall in love with a man. Point number 1, emotional security. Not just physical protection, but also stability, clarity, and consistency. A study from the University of Rochester showed that women prioritize men who create an emotionally secure and predictable environment in the long term. Purpose and direction. A man with a mission activates in a woman a sense of a predictable future. It's not about success, it's about intention, about having a clear vision, quality of presence. A woman falls for a man because of how he looks at her, listens, and validates her. Genuine presence is more seductive than looks. The 3 reasons why men fall in love with a woman. Pay attention. A woman makes him feel admiration and recognition. A study by anthropologist Helen Fisher indicates that men bond deeply when they feel that a woman believes in them. She believes and supports. Men fall in love with women who offer simple emotional connection, no drama, and let them be themselves without judgment. Drama and chaos, plenty for several videos. I mean an energy that brings peace, tenderness, and warmth, not old-fashioned roles. The male brain links this to an emotional home, so when these elements combine, love can happen before you realize it. Because in the end, we fall in love with the person who brings out the best version of ourselves, and we are both divine and human beings. Let's not forget that. True love isn't found, it's recognized and felt. Right below. I attract conscious love. If you want me to share more videos like this about how to feel better and find the love of your life, let me know. How can we maintain our relationship during a crisis? I'm already exploring these ideas, but I want a simple approach we can easily follow. The greatest discovery about love in quantum physics is that there is something few people understand about love and personal growth. This is very important. Pay attention. You don't attract people by chance. You attract people who vibrate at a level similar to your emotional wound. This is important. Why? Because when you start to heal, to become aware, and to grow, something inevitable can happen. You begin to distance yourself from those on your path who haven't been able or willing to heal and grow as you have. So you separate yourself and move away, not because you're better, not out of pride, but because you no longer resonate with the same pain. When you evolve and heal. And if the other person can't or doesn't want to do it, the connection naturally weakens, and that's okay. True love isn't holding on out of pain, it's also letting each person follow their own consciousness. Sometimes loving also means letting go, and that's also evolution. Right below in the comments, sometimes loving also means letting go. How do you know if you attract someone? There's something that almost no one explains to you about attraction. The body always speaks before words, and often the body says things that words don't. You can lie with words, but not with unconscious actions. If you attract someone, the first thing that happens isn't a nice phrase, although it could be, it's an automatic change in their behavior. First sign, their body faces you, not leaning or moving away, and doesn't act defensively. Their torso, feet, and attention all face you. That's real interest. Second sign, the gaze returns. It's not always a long fixed stare, it's that unconscious act of looking at you, looking away, then back at you. That's called active focus, and it appears when there's attraction. Third sign, micro gestures of openness, redder lips, deeper breathing, small adjustments to the hair, clothes, or posture. She keeps fixing herself, constantly showing herself with all these gestures. Fourth sign, and this is the important key, he feels listened to with you, meaning that when someone feels attracted, they talk more, open up more, they stay longer than they thought they would. Attraction isn't just physical, it's also deeply emotional. Here comes something very important. You don't attract by trying to impress, you attract when you're present, when you truly listen, when you're not in a hurry, when you don't force anything. The most powerful seduction isn't the perfect posture, it's the calmness of someone who doesn't need to prove anything. If you want to know if you attract someone, don't look at what they say. Watch how they behave when they're there. Observe their body language, not their words. Write to me in the comments. Attraction can't be forced because attraction is generated. And if you like this message, share it with others, give it a like and subscribe. 7 ways to connect with your feminine energy and love better, and feel better. Being feminine is not being weak, it's not pleasing others, it's not losing yourself in someone else. Being feminine means being centered in yourself, your body, your truth, and loving without self-abandonment. This is often easy to say, but harder to put into practice in daily life. I'm going to share 7 keys that will change how you experience love. First, learn to receive love, help, attention, and presence. Feminine energy flourishes when it stops proving and starts allowing. Point number 2, honor your emotions without guilt. You're not exaggerating, you're feeling. A connected woman doesn't apologize for her sensitivity, she listens to it. Point number 3, take care of your energy before your image. This is very important. True attraction doesn't come from looking perfect, but from feeling at peace with yourself. Point number 4, say what you feel, not what you think others expect you to say. Because authentic femininity doesn't manipulate, it expresses, and truth spoken calmly creates real intimacy. Number 5, let go of control and be present. You don't need to anticipate everything. When you trust, love breathes and flourishes. Point number 6, choose from intuition, not from your wounds, not from the fear of being alone, not from need, but from the following question. For example, ask, does this expand or shut me down? Point 7. Remember, who are you without a relationship? Because a fulfilled woman doesn't look to be chosen, she chooses. When a woman is connected to her essence, she doesn't chase love, love recognizes her. Write in the comments. Today I return to myself, ready to love from a more conscious, powerful place. I also want you to understand in conclusion that this attitude and self-perception matter. It's very likely that the man who comes into your life will be the one who is truly right for you, not the one we sometimes think is right for us. Keep an open mind. What you think is right for you may not be best. Repeat after me. God or universe, send me the man who is truly right for me, not the man I desire or think is right for me. And give me the ability to recognize him. Let's repeat. God, universe, send me the perfect man, not the one I think is perfect, and give me the ability to recognize him. How do women end up addicted to a man they're not interested in, who isn't right for them, and they don't know why? Many women have experienced something few are willing to explain honestly. What are the reasons you get hooked on a man who isn't good for you? Sometimes it's not the good man who hooks you, not the stable man, not the one who treats you well. Sometimes what hooks you is a man who doesn't need you. In some cases, he doesn't need you because he's a healthy man, but other times he doesn't need you because he's emotionally autistic or slightly emotionally autistic, or because he's not in love with you. Sometimes you become attached to a man who challenges you or whom you don't fully understand. That's why you may end up hooked on someone who's not good for you, without knowing why. The reason isn't rational, the reason is emotional and unconscious. The brain doesn't usually get addicted to what's healthy, does it? It gets addicted to what's intense, to what's unhealthy, to sugar, to pasta, so you have to retrain your brain to get addicted to what's healthy. When a man is unpredictable, when he gives and withdraws attention, when he's not fully available, your nervous system goes on alert, and sometimes that alert gets confused with attraction. That throws you off and makes you want to dig deeper into it, but that's not love, that's dopamine. Each time they appear, your brain releases a reward, but when they leave, anxiety arises, creating an emotional addiction. That's why you keep thinking about him, even knowing he's not right for you, and you're addicted. Is there something inside you that still wants him? Because it's not the man that hooks you, it's the wound he's activating in you that you weren't cared for enough in the past, or for many other reasons. The solution isn't to choose better. The solution is to heal the pattern. When your nervous system learns that calm is also love, you stop confusing intensity with connection, and then something powerful happens. The men who aren't right for you simply stop having power over you, and they might even stop showing up in your life. And if they do show up, you don't even notice them. A brief study shows that men's biological strategy has always been to try to seduce many women, while the biological strategy of women has always been to choose very carefully and to feel proud that she had chosen that one. Therefore, letting go of a man who is clearly not good for you is like admitting that you were able to choose poorly. It's as if your value as a woman and as a person decreases, and you get into a spiral of giving that man 500 chances, even though you already know it's not going to work, because that man is going to keep being the same. Choose the easy way and study a little about attraction and desire, and that way you'll understand yourself better. To choose. You are not free. Caressing your ears activates your vagus nerve. Did you know there's a very simple, almost magical way to calm your mind, relax your body, and activate your well-being in seconds? It can be as simple as caressing your ears. It may seem strange, but it's not, because the vagus nerve activates your nervous system's peace mode. It has direct branches in the ear, mainly around the tragus, concha, and helix. This is where it gets interesting. The journal Frontiers in Neuroscience published studies showing that gentle tactile stimulation of the ear, known as auricular vagus stimulation, it reduces stress, it lowers heart rate, and improves heart rate variability, which is a key marker of health. Now, is it the same to caress yourself as to be caressed by someone else? Well, science also has something to say here. Touching yourself is interesting, and it does activate the vagus nerve. But research on emotional regulation, like the study by Cohen, Schaffer, and Davidson from the University of Wisconsin, showed that another person's touch, especially from someone you have a bond with, regulates the nervous system much more powerfully. Why is that? Because your brain knows the difference between touching yourself and someone else touching you? Because your brain interprets that contact as external safety, and that relaxes the body more deeply. How do you do it? Point number 1. Gently stroke the outer part of your ear from top to bottom. Point number 2. Massage the tragus with small circular movements. Repeat for 30 seconds. And point 3. Repeat for 30 to 60 seconds. All of this, caress the whole ear. Point 4. If someone you trust does it for you, the effect doubles. It gets better. Does it make sense not to activate your vagus nerve like this? It can help you sleep better, reduce anxiety, relieve tension, and improve digestion. It's simple, accessible, free, and backed by science. Sometimes the peace you seek starts in your ears, even if it sounds strange. Write "I activate my calm" below if you want more techniques like this, and start taking care of yourself now. If you have someone special in your life, cherish them. If not, find someone who can lovingly caress you and touch your ears daily.